What's good, y'all? AyeZo back with another video. Hope y'all doing well out there. And it's gonna be a quick little video, bro. I wanna just let y'all know I've upgraded my phone, so y'all gonna be getting better quality. Now, the reason I wanna tell y'all this is because I've been making videos from an iPhone 8. Y'all see how I look right now. iPhone 8 since 2019 summer when I first made this channel, bro. I didn't make no excuses, bro. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to achieve, whatever lifestyle you want to live, don't make no excuses. Work with what you have.
AyeZo is a content creator and entrepreneur. He has a YouTube channel which focuses on motivation, life improvement, spiritual, and lifestyle topics. He also advocates to help change lives of those who have been affected by the use of marijuana and want to quit while being more productive. AyeZo's YouTube channel started back in the year 2019, with his first video being "The most valuable thing in life is time."
Starting this channel for people all around the world, got a similar mindset as me, you feel me? What I want to talk to y'all about in this video, value your time, okay? Time is our greatest gift. And I'm gonna tell you why. Time is our greatest gift because anything else, as far as money, diamonds, $500, clothes, whatever it is you wanna, whatever material item, it can be replaced, okay? Time cannot be replaced.
So stay tuned for today's conversation where me and AyeZo will talk more about his journey as a content creator and entrepreneur. Hey there, Armor here, and welcome to a brand new Armavation conversation. Today, I'm joined by a great individual who is willing to share his journey as a motivational speaker through his YouTube channel and other online services, while also bring awareness to the effects of drug use within our society today. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to the one and only AyeZo.
What's up, Arm? How are you?
AyeZo in my video. I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. By the way, I don't really consider myself a motivational speaker. I'm just a content creator, entrepreneur. But I appreciate that though.
That is true. But I will say what you speak is motivational.
I get that a lot, so I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here, Zoe, because you didn't have to. You didn't have to waste your time with me and being a part of my platform, but you're here.
Yeah, I really like what you're doing over here on this channel, and I also like your music. So keep doing your thing.
Thank you so much. I mean, I like your content too because like some of the things you say I could be like going through very tough times and I listen to your video. I'm like, man, well, there's someone that I could relate to. Based on what you're saying, I could relate to it, and it's true. The things you do say. How like you when you mention about like staying away from people that don't serve you.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people just in general just stay with people just to say they're around people, and
Yeah, exactly.
they kind of like lose themselves uh with the people they're with.
Or never find themselves as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I think if people learn more about energy, frequency, and vibration, they would you know be a little more aware of who they're surrounded by.
Facts. Yep. Facts. It definitely make a big difference in your life if you change up the people you spend the most time with. Definitely make a big difference.
Yeah, that's definitely. So let me ask you, Zoe, from human being to human being, how have you been doing, and how has your 2022 has been so far?
2022. It's
Mm-hmm.
had ups and downs, just like any other year. But more ups and downs, if I must say, more ups and downs. I honestly learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about business because I became entrepreneur this year. I'm still learning, but I learned a lot about myself and business and stuff like that. Made a lot of good memories, met some cool people, had some great conversations, traveled to some cool places and stuff like that. So yeah, 2022, I ain't mad at it, bro. I mean, I mean, bro.
What?
But
Okay.
nah, but nah. I ain't mad at 2022 is good for me, man. We got one more month left. It ain't over yet. I'm gonna just make the most out of it.
Yeah, same here. I could relate to that because, like, what would you say are some like good business practices? Because I've been around a lot of unprofessional people, and I'm like, this is not the way business goes down.
Yeah, one thing I would say is you gotta be able to be professional. I've had people that I know and I grew up with ask me like, you seem a little different in your videos or you talk a little bit different. And I'm thinking that if I'm looking at it from a business perspective, I
Mm.
want to collab with people, I want to network with people, you know what I'm saying? I want to connect with other businesses and stuff like that. And I can't be talking all slang and just talking like I'm around the way. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing for sure. You
Mhm.
got to be able to be professional, and a lot of people can't turn that switch on and off. Mostly
Right.
on, but yeah, that's one thing. Another thing is marketing. Believe in yourself to market yourself on all platforms, whatever you got going on. Many people got like stuff they doing, but they don't promote it like they believe in it.
Right.
So that's one thing I had to learn myself. Believe in my content, believe in what I do, and share it everywhere. You never know who you can reach. So that's another thing. Marketing, very important.
Yeah, I was, to kind of piggyback on what you were saying about like good business practices. I'll also say when it comes to working or meeting with new people, just be as transparent as possible in the beginning, because that's the way you can assert good communication. Because there's some like previous people I've worked with, they were like indecisive or wanted to gain more control over creative and stuff. And it's kind of like, that's not gonna happen, right? So then you have this miscommunication, and then there's this like, like he said, she said kind of situation, and then that's where the falling out happens. So just being honest and setting up boundaries.
Yep, definitely, man. You can collab with people and it may go well, but that doesn't mean y'all gonna be friends or collabing for the rest of y'all life. Y'all might just take two different paths in life or have some disagreements.
Mhm.
And yeah, everything don't last forever.
Yep, that's true. You gotta value the time.
For
Okay,
sure.
so let me just ask you, would you say in general you're happy with your life right now?
Yeah, I'm happy. I practice a lot of gratitude, so I think that helps me stay at a higher vibration
Mm-hmm.
than I used to be. Because in the back in the day, I'll always be thinking about what I don't have
Yeah,
yet, or what other people got, or comparing myself and what I got to
yeah,
other people. But nowadays, this ain't like overnight, but like over the past 3 years, I've been practicing more gratitude, and that's helped me change my mindset and my perspective on my life. So, for the most part, yeah, I am happy. I still got a lot of things I want to do in life, but for the most part, I am happy and I'm blessed, and I'm just thankful for where I am.
yeah. I have my ups and downs, but I would say I'm content because things could always be, worse, and there was, worse situations. But I think I'm like content, but I'm still hungry. So.
Yeah, for sure. It was actually a book that I read that it was called The Gratitude Diaries.
Mhm.
I didn't finish it, but I got the message from like reading half the book. This one woman, she was like she was in a bad relationship or whatever, but she started practicing gratitude and all of a sudden it transformed her relationship and her life. She started being appreciative of her partner and everything around her just changed when she started being more grateful. So I just learned from that book. I started practicing gratitude, and that just changed my life too. I value my relationships, my subscribers, the
Hmm.
money I have, my home, my car, my bed, like a lot of stuff. And when you practicing gratitude, you just become a happier person, real for real, for real.
Yeah, have you ever tried mirror work where you like stand in the mirror and say, "I love myself," like stuff like that?
I don't say it like that, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't say it like that, but yeah, I do say that. But I hype myself up in the mirror all the time, man.
Okay. Yeah, I should start doing that more. Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Do you practice gratitude at all?
Yeah, here and there. I wouldn't say I'm at, super consistent with it, but I like to pray and like cuz I've gotten more spiritual and stuff. So, Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I definitely recommend it though.
Yeah, I've done meditation. It feels amazing. Just taking 5-10 minutes to just chill, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be necessarily like doing a meditation like routine. It could be just me kind of like sitting there and doing some breathing techniques, like just breathing in and out.
Being one with the moment.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I talked to somebody yesterday. She is into rock climbing. She said that's her form of meditation. She said it's just a way for her to just focus and be in the moment. Because I asked her, like, would you ever vlog yourself rock climbing? And she said, no, because that's one way that I meditate. I just focus on being in the moment and being present. So it's definitely different ways to meditate. It ain't just always about sitting still with your eyes closed.
Mhm.
It's whatever makes you focus and become one with the moment.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of things you could do. Jump roping. Oh yeah, exercise. Yeah, you talk about exercising as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zoe, you seem like when I watch your videos, you seem like a Zen person, right? Like mad chill, right? But
Yeah.
do you have any pet peeves, like anything that like ticks you off?
I don't have anything that ticks me off. Liars. I don't really like liars. Like, what you lying for? I don't be liking that. That's one thing I really don't like, though, liars.
You
And
know.
sometimes,
Oh, I'm
yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
Go
Go,
ahead. Oh, you
no, go ahead.
you know the meme I was gonna reference, like the "Why you always lying?"
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mhm. Yep.
Uh, yeah, that's one thing for sure. Liars and stuff like that. For some reason, I've attracted a lot of them over my life,
Mhm.
and I accepted them. But like now, it's at the point where I don't feel like I need any people. I don't feel like I need them people. So I had
Mhm.
to get some liars about my life, you know. But another pet peeve I have is people that's extra loud. You know, I like peace, for real, for real. I like
Uh,
peace, and when people talk too much and they loud, that be blowing me sometimes.
let me see. Oh, well, I would say one of my pet peeves is like,
Yeah, yeah. What's some of yours?
okay, so I guess some recent ones. One of my pet peeves would be like people, people like making excuses in a way where it's like you know there's a task that's something simple, right? Or like there's something important, you guys, like if you're working on a project with someone and there's something important that you need to accomplish, right? And you take the time out of your day to like be patient with the person, but they still keep like making excuses and everything, and you're like, okay, well, I see what's going on here. And then they kind of get upset when you kind of like get like tell them like, hey, I understand you got things going on in life and everything, but you know we had a plan. And then they get mad at you for like, you know, speaking up. That's kind of one of the things that bother me, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I want to get into, you know, the beginning of your YouTube journey, right? Because you've been doing this for years. Like, what made you want to start your YouTube channel, you know, and why did you like choose YouTube as like the main platform you wanted to start making videos with?
Um, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel since like probably like 2011, 2010, somewhere around that time.
Okay.
I was watching a lot of Call of Duty gameplay. I love Call of Duty. I'm one of the goats from Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, you know, all them good days.
You like the new
But
one?
I actually don't play Call of Duty no more.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm really not. I probably ain't played a game in like a year. But
Mhm.
yeah, back then I used to watch all these YouTubers and really gamers just living their best life, man. Playing, well, playing Call of Duty
Mhm.
on the daily and making good money and, you know what I'm saying, changing their family life. And they just like they was having fun. So at the time, I wanted to create a YouTube channel and just do Call of Duty, but I never got around to it. I got into smoking weed and I just kept delaying it, delaying it, delaying it. But um, it got to a point probably like 2017, 2018 is when I stopped watching so much gaming videos. I started watching more. videos about self improvement and informational videos. And I was like, dang, I really want to do that. I've been doing this basically in my personal life forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My cousins, I got a lot of younger cousins, so I've been doing that, giving advice and just helping people out. You know what I'm saying? Majority of my life, I ain't got no older brothers and nothing like that. So I got a bunch of younger cousins that I've been like just trying to share my story with them, helping them out and stuff. But yeah, that's basically what made me get on YouTube. Call of Duty first, and then watching other content creators spread motivation, informational videos, inspiring people, and that's what led me to doing it too.
When I started getting to YouTube was around like 2015, 2016. Is when I started liking actual content creators because I didn't know regular people were just making actual content to like build up to I guess build up to create like a successful story for themselves. Because at the time when I was using YouTube, it was just like for like classwork or whatever, or just looking up educational or informative videos. And then I started seeing the other side of YouTube where people like you mentioned was doing gaming, skits, and doing a bunch of like creative content in general. And
Yeah.
so from there I was like, man, this is interesting. I wonder if I could do this. But and then that's when I started a gaming channel, and I had fun with it. I collaborated with a lot of great, funny, entertaining, smaller channels as well. But I stopped because it was like affecting my health in a way because my like I have game motion sickness, so like when I play certain games I get like nauseous and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
so I was like, I
I've never,
can't.
I've never heard of that before.
Really?
No, I never heard of that before.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I don't know if you notice on the game packaging they have a label that warns about people who are sensitive to light and motion. Cause
Oh yeah, I've always seen that growing up, but I never thought anything of it.
yeah, people actually get sick from it. Like you get dizzy, like you're disoriented, everything. It's not really mainstream because a lot of people can handle video games compared to people who do get game motion sickness easier. And I was like, I love this gaming channel and I always be like a gamer at heart, but I can't sacrifice my health for, entertainment like in that way. So,
No, not at all. But what games were you playing though?
oh my goodness. I
Well, what's your favorite game?
I don't know. It's like so many.
Give me three then.
Three? Jesus, that's still hard. Okay. Let's see. So, as far as storyline, I'm going to have to go with the Uncharted series. I
Okay.
um okay, so open world, I'm going to go with the GTA series. Um and then I got to find like an old school one. I like a lot of like strategy games too. So I like stuff like oh yes, I like Pokemon games. I still do to this day, and I like some of the Fire Emblem games as well.
Okay, that's what's up. You PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation. Oh yeah, yeah, PlayStation. But
Okay.
I did like
And
the 360. I play all different types of games, and I like different types of games. But it's
as long as you know PlayStation better.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, as long as you know PlayStation better.
Okay, I assume you're a PlayStation fan then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you play the like older PlayStation consoles as well?
Yeah, all of them. One, two, three, four. All of them. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite one like one of my favorite PlayStation games at the time when I was a kid was like uh The Sims Herbs in the City.
Mm-hmm.
That was a classic cuz I liked the Black Eyed Peas soundtrack they had going on.
What's the song?
What was the song?
Yeah. Do you know?
It was like let's get it started, but like that main song they had when they're let's get it started, that popular song they had, but they changed it in the Sims game. They put it into sim what do they call it, Simslish. It's like the language for Sims.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that song for sure. Yeah, that jump turned.
But I could speak hours about video games, but I don't want to waste any more time on that. But
Yeah, all right. Let's keep it moving.
all right, so what's the backstory behind AyeZo, and like how did you come up with your slogan?
My name,
Mm-hmm.
AyeZo.
Yeah.
It's funny. We was just talking about video games. That was my name on PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
AyeZo. Yeah, I needed something cool because I was into competitive gaming on Call of Duty, and everybody had a short, cool name. So AyeZo. My first name starts with an A,
Mm-hmm.
and basically the end of my name is Alfonso. So A beginning and Zo at the end. So AyeZo. Put it together.
Man, that's a cool name.
Appreciate it.
Like your name could be like in like a cool action dramatic high impact movie, like something like a heist movie or something. Alfonso,
I guess if you say so.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, that's how I came up with it though. That's how I came up with it.
Oh, okay. So how'd you come up with the slogan? It just rhymed like.
Uh, One of my favorite YouTubers at the time, Soluminati. His intro was like, "What's good, y'all?" Some, but I don't know. But I just came up with "What's good, y'all?" AyeZo back with another video. So shout out to Soluminati for that. He inspired that for sure.
Shout out to Spiritual Soul.
Yeah, that's the new version of him. But yeah, I'm talking about Soluminati. But yeah, yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Spiritual stuff.
I know both versions. Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's what inspired that intro for sure.
Okay. Okay. So did you have like any doubts like before you start your channel, or like did you like started doubting yourself more when you made your first few videos and you was like, what am I doing?
My first few videos, I was like super excited to make them videos. I
Okay.
wasn't really paying attention to the views and subscribers and stuff like that. Because at the time, I was like on the verge of quitting weed, which was like a big part of my life. I was excited to let go of. So I was looking forward to this next chapter of me being a YouTuber. So I wasn't really paying too much attention to the likes and comments and subscribers and stuff like that. I was just focused on having fun and just speaking. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
getting better at it, but mostly just speaking and just speaking my truth.
Yeah, my first few videos, I was just kind of like, "Hey, this is the intro to my channel. Welcome." And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, if you go back to the beginning of my videos, I don't like my intro isn't like how it is now. It's definitely like some timidness and you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I wasn't used to it yet, but you know, you get better with time.
Oh, okay. Speaking of your first video, well,
Speaking of time, right?
yep. Speaking of time, what? So you talked about in your first video, the most valuable thing in life is time. So I wanted to ask, what are your current thoughts about the things you spoke in that video? Do you, even though it may seem like cringy to you currently now, do you still see it as a classic, or are you like, man, this wasn't my best video, but at least I still spoke some like good, positive, motivational stuff?
Uh, I honestly haven't watched that video in years, so
Okay.
I don't know exactly what points I hit in that video,
Mhm.
but I still believe it because we all have the same 24 hours and many people, including myself in the past when I was smoking weed every day, I wasn't valuing my time. So I noticed years of my life going by, but nothing getting any better. I just felt like my life was on repeat.
Mhm.
But once I put weed to the side, I started picking up some healthy habits like meditating, affirmation, creating YouTube videos, working out, like just started using my time a lot more productively. I started to notice my life started to get better and better and better. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, if we just value our time and use our time in a productive way, like we can all better our lives.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like try it's nothing feels better than like you're nervous to try something new, and then you actually try it and accomplish something with it, and you gather new data, and you're like, wow, I feel different, but in a better way.
Yeah, for sure. When you start seeing like, accomplishments or achievements start coming in, you like, okay, so I was using my time, for example, I've been using my time on YouTube past few years and stuff like that. Now I'm starting to see like all that time is paying off. People finding my old videos. I'm getting paid from it. I'm just impacting new people. Like all that time I put in is paying off. So I feel like if
Yes.
we just put our time into the right things, it's gonna pay off sooner or later.
Yes, amen to that. God bless.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So what would you say is the most challenging video you ever had to make? Like a video where, I don't know, maybe you were emotional about making it, or you like hesitant, or you're like, I don't know how how I would like feel about this in the future if I talked about these certain things.
To be honest, it's my most popular videos, which is my quit and weed videos. I
Mm.
was actually I don't know what the word is, but I was kind of like holding off on making them videos for a while because I got a lot of people around me that smoke weed. I'm cool with people that smoke weed. I feel like if I start talking about why I stopped weed and how it's better in my life, how it's changing my life, you know what I'm saying? It could be very polarized. Like all the weed smokers that I know in my life can be like, oh, he think he different. He think he better than us. Or some
Mhm.
weed smokers gonna come out the cut on YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just ganging
Yeah.
up on what I'm doing. But honestly, I got to the point where I just said, bro, I don't even care, bro. I don't even care. This part of my story and it changed my life. And I'm changing other people's life. So I gotta keep doing this. I gotta put this out there so I can reach the people I'm supposed to reach. So I just stopped holding back with that. And yeah, I just been reaching so many people just by not holding back.
Yeah, and I mean, it's good you do that because I don't really see many people out there that like put a lot of videos talking about, their journey with with like stopping the use of marijuana, and like encouraging people to be more productive in a positive way with their life, and staying away from that, you know, because there's channels out there that promote the opposite. They're saying, oh, puff, puff, do it, so.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's more popular than the quit and weed videos. But it's still gonna be people I realize that's watching them videos that's going through the same thing I was going through. When they are ready or looking for answers, my video's gonna be right there waiting for them.
yep, right there. Ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere.
Have you ever smoked?
No.
Okay. Why you say it like that? What's
Th-
kept you away so for
that
your life?
is that is not me. I do not advocate for that. Nope.
What's the reason? What's the reason why though? I know you've seen it around you at some point, right?
Yep, and I barely could survive with the smell. So nope.
Cool, cool. Keep
Definitely.
it that way.
Like, and I like as a kid I had like some health issues surrounding pollution and stuff like that. So I'm like, nope.
That's good. I said keep it that way, not because weed is bad, but because
It's
people
it's
might
it's
pressure you
like,
into doing something that you know you don't want to do.
yeah, it's like, no offense to anyone. I have no responsibility over other grown adults, but for me, that's not me.
So you've been supporting me for a while. How do you feel about me posting a lot of quitting weed videos when that doesn't really, resonate or what I'm saying it's not something that you got going on in your life?
Well, I think it's very useful, and I think it's beneficial towards a society, and um, the younger generations, right? The youth, right? Because let's be honest here, in the mainstream of things, in pop culture, that is promoted to, like, party, do this and that. And I think it's good to have someone that's also a part of the youth to say, hey, I'm gonna share my story about how when I did use marijuana, it did not benefit me in my life in this way, and so I'm gonna share my story, but I'm also gonna share what other celebrities are saying about why they stopped using marijuana, which is good because you show famous people, people click on the video, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I think you're doing a good job, you know, or I'll say a great job because there's not many, like I said, channels out there that are, you know, hitting those topics surrounding, you know, marijuana use like that.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just trying, saying spread awareness,
Yeah, yeah.
spread. And at one point, it was fun,
Mhm.
but at another point, it just wasn't fun no more. So that's just me. It might be fun for everybody for a minute, but I feel like at some point it might get old, and when it get old, it's time to move on.
And I mean, not even like focused on like marijuana. It could be other drugs or substances that people find themselves trapped in a cycle, right? But
Yeah,
it's always good, because I'm sure you have people who not only take what you say marijuana, but other drugs in their past could relate to that too, So
yeah,
I think it's good that you're advocating, hey, stop, like you don't have to, waste your life doing something that's not beneficial for you. You can quit at any time, whether
mhm,
whether it's substance use or cigarettes, vaping or alcohol. You could stop all those things and heal your body because at the end of the day it affects your body in a negative way. Um, some may not affect your body as much because of some are it depends on the person, but
right.
overall I think you're doing a amazing job, because I th-
Thanks, I appreciate it.
yeah, I just think we need another, you add another perspective, and you're on a different side of the spectrum, and I think people need to be open to hearing your side. So yep.
Yeah, I try to share both sides. Like I said, at one point it was fun. I
Mhm.
enjoyed it. It was beneficial to me, but it got to a point where it was holding me back more than it was benefiting me. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
So going back to like the beginning of like your whole YouTube journey and everything, right? Uh, so when you started like live streaming and like, or because I know at some point I don't know if you still do it now. You had like one-on-one calls, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How was it like starting that off? Like, what was your mindset with starting your first live stream or getting your first few calls with some of your viewers or supporters?
Man, it was crazy because I remember I used to watch YouTubers do that. Like
Mm,
people inside the self improvement community, like I used to watch people do that, and it's like crazy that I'm doing it now. It's just super crazy.
mm,
One person that inspired me to do what I do as well. His name is Woody's Gamer Tag. He's a gamer.
mm-hmm,
He used to answer people's emails while playing Call of Duty. So I feel like I do something similar to him. He was just giving his best advice to help people out while playing Call of Duty. And he was just connecting with people all around the world, just giving them advice. I felt like that was very cool. I felt like that's what I'm here to do, for real, for real.
mm-hmm,
And a few other content creators I seen doing the video calls and live streams. I'm like, bro, that's so fire, bro. So I just had to do it. And when I did it, it was super fun, man. It was super fun. I meet people all the time from around the world, hear their story, get to know them. I like hearing people's story all the time. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna continue doing. And yeah,
Okay, yeah, definitely. I would say the same for my channel. I like having conversations such as this and, meeting people from around the world and hearing what they have to say also. But did you get have you like okay, so you doing these live streams or one-on-one calls, were there any like awkward moments or like moments where you're like, "Ooh, I might have to hang up." Like not saying that you wanted to do that, but like you're kind of like subconsciously thinking that.
I mean, of course, some conversations are better than others. Of
Right.
course, of course. And also sometimes trolls calling him, but that's what come with it.
Mhm.
But for the most part, everybody that's on my channel, they on a path of self improvement. So we usually have a good conversation. Whether it's what I'm saying more energetic than others, that varies. But it's
Mhm.
always some value inside the conversations for sure. Because I like talking to people that's better in their life. I might
Right.
can learn something from them too.
Like, how long did it take you to build confidence to speaking into your camera or phone?
Let me think. Let me think. I really can't even put like an exact time on it, honestly.
Mhm.
But just know there's been many times I've tried to record videos and I've been stuttering or I forget my train of thought. I gotta start over and I get frustrated. Like I'm talking about like 10 takes, 20 takes, 30 takes, a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I would say nowadays I'm way better at it. Like I'm not making no 10 take video. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot easier. Just know it gets easier with time for sure. So I can't put no exact time on it, but I do know at one point I was really frustrated making my videos. Nowadays it's a lot more easier, it's a lot more flow, and I
Mhm.
don't really get frustrated as much. So yeah, it just varies, honestly. It varies.
Do,
And that's something that I really wasn't doing growing up. So like in the beginning, it was very hard, but with time, I got better.
okay. Do you prefer the camera or phone?
What you mean?
Like when you record, I don't know if you do use a camera and phone, because I know some like creators use a camera when they're at home, or like a phone when they're out and stuff. Or do you just everything's just mainly a phone?
Oh yeah. There was a point in my YouTube where I did use a camera for
Okay.
like a few months, but 95% of my videos are on my phone, whether it's vertical or landscape. That could change, but all my videos pretty much on my phone. And
Mm.
it's not because I don't like recording on the camera. I really haven't had like an expensive like vlogging camera or nothing like that. I had a camcorder, so maybe I didn't get the full experience. I just used the camcorder for a little bit. But I just like being on my phone, honestly. And I can like my videos are not like always inside my crib. My videos could be like at the park. My videos
Mhm.
could be anywhere. So I like just having that access to record wherever I'm at and being able to upload it through my internet connection or whatever. And yeah, I just feel like it's very convenient. Why do I need a camera?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it's mobile, so it's like it's very remote. You just go anywhere. But speaking to that, like, do you have like favorite environments you like to go into? Like, and you mentioned park. Do you prefer parks, or do you prefer, I guess, like in this like city areas, or maybe like in a garden? Like where do you feel is the best spot for you to make your videos?
Man, I love recording videos in parks. Like
Mm.
people don't know this, but I know this. I got like over 500 some videos right now.
Mhm.
I done recorded videos in at least like 300 different locations, literally. You know what I'm saying? I see a park that I want to check out and I just go over there. I get inspired to make a video or already got a video on my phone. I'm like, this is a perfect spot. So I'm always looking for new scenery. I'm just a very adventurous person. I like nature and trails and hiking and stuff like that. And I
Mhm.
feel like that's my element to record my videos. Unfortunately, usually when I'm inside a trail, which is where I like to go and hike and stuff, usually the lighting isn't that good. That's what I had to learn through my YouTube experience. I can't keep recording all my videos in the trail because the lighting ain't great as being out in the sun or just being inside my crib with a ring light. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna still do it, of course, but just through trial and error, I learned certain parks or certain environments are not best for recording videos because it get loud. People walking by with their dogs. It'd be airplanes flying over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've just learned through experience, like every place ain't great, but if I had to choose, I'd be recording in parks and nature and trails, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. You get that, like, when the planes fly over, you be like, "Are you serious right now? I had a good point."
Yeah, I had so many videos like that that never have been posted. And some videos like that really plane flying over, and I just kept it anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be a lot of stuff going on that might distract you or might be too noisy and stuff like that. So through experience, I learned, you know what I'm saying, be aware of where you're recording at because you might be wasting your time.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. So going back
What
to
about you? What about
oh,
you? Where you
me.
like recording your
Um Me, I guess in my room. That's
Okay,
pretty
ain't nothing
much
wrong with
it.
that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
In my room. Simple question, or simple answer, I meant. But but yeah. So going back to valuing time, do you think about like when you're recording and making these videos? Do you think about specifically the stuff you say in a way where you're thinking about how can you value your viewers or supporters time, or do you kind of like just go with the flow? You're not really thinking too much about that, because I know sometimes for myself I may think about what are some certain things or points I could add into like get my viewers to, in a way feel like their time is valuable, because I could ramble and say a bunch of things and be like, oh, okay, where was I going with this?
Uh, I mean, I grew up introverted, so like everything I said, it's a reason why I'm saying it. So I've never been a person to just ramble about pointless stuff.
Mhm.
Everything I say is a reason I say it, and it's some value in it. That's how I feel.
Mhm.
I don't, like you see on my videos, not like super long. It's like straight to the point. I'm just saying what I need to say. It's gonna reach the people it's supposed to reach. That's how I feel.
Mhm.
But also on top of that, like I don't do this as much no more. But along the beginning of my YouTube journey, when I was like struggling to figure out what I want to talk about, what topics to talk about, there's a spiritual teacher named Wayne Dyer who I used to always listen to and stuff like that.
Okay.
And one thing he said, he would ask himself, and he make books and he author, he do a bunch of stuff like spiritual teachers and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
one thing that I took from him is he used to ask himself all the time, how may I serve? How may I serve? Basically, like, what can I put out that can help people out? You know what I'm saying? That's how you're gonna get rich, like adding service or a product or some value to other people's
Yep, that's
life.
true.
So that's something I always keep in mind. If I'm like thinking about what I want to make next, I think about how may I serve? How can I help out my supporters and my subscribers? Like, what can I say right now? What experience do I have in my past that I can bring up that can help somebody else out that's going through it right now? So I do think a lot about how my videos can help other people, but I
Mhm.
also think about what's going to be fun for me to make because I don't want to get on camera and just sound like a robot and I'm just like speaking. I want to like feel it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want to feel that passion in my videos.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, "Hey, Zoe, back with another video." Yeah, I get it.
Nah, nah, I do have some videos like that where I was just forcing myself to talk about something I thought was going to like get views or whatever. But nowadays, I just want to make videos that I'm gonna enjoy making and that can help out other people. So long as those two things are done by the end of the video, I had fun making it. I enjoyed making it, and I feel like it can help somebody out there, even if it's just like one person. As long
Mhm.
as I feel like that, then I'm cool with it.
Yeah, like I don't have much subscribers or views like that, but I'm so done with the whole numbers things. I just enjoy the conversations I have with people, and like editing is fun. It does get tiresome, but I like editing too. And
Hmm.
I just want to enjoy what I'm doing, because it's like at the end of the day, it's like, what am I making this channel for? I'm making this channel for educational reasons, to bring awareness to people not only in American society but around the world. Like everyone can hear others people's thoughts and opinions from around the world, and just learning from other people, because I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. So if there's someone else I'm having a conversation with, maybe they have a better take or position that can help me or other people understand, you know? So
Yeah, yeah, facts. And
that's.
also going back to what I said earlier
Mhm.
about being frustrated making videos, having like 10 takes, 20 takes, 30 takes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't be still pushing through all those moments and hard times if I didn't enjoy what I'm doing. So it's very important that you enjoy what you're doing because you're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be tired. You might not get the results you want immediately. So it's very important to have, what I'm saying, some passion for what you're doing and enjoy what you're doing the most.
Yes, consistency. Going
Yeah.
going through the ups and downs. It's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Let me ask, in your opinion, do you feel like, cuz when people think about valuing their your time, they might think of doing productive, positive things, right? So,
Okay.
do you think if someone's doing something negative, in your opinion, but they get a lot of joy and happiness from doing it, do you think they're still valuing their time?
Um, Honestly, my motto is enjoy the journey. So whatever is bringing you joy in life, I feel like that's all right. Long as you ain't harming nobody,
Mhm.
who am I to tell you like you shouldn't be doing it? You know what I'm saying? Long as you ain't harming nobody,
Mhm.
enjoy your life how you want to enjoy it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
feel.
and also like when they doing them negative things, like I grew up a negative thinker, so like I understand now. Even though I was a negative thinker, I wasn't doing like no negative things to be real. But negative
Mhm.
thinking, it taught me a lot and helped me to become where I am today. So them doing them negative things or negative thinking too may lead them to their purpose. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They can
true.
reflect on that. They can reflect on that part of their life and
Mhm.
help other people not do negative things or, you know what I'm saying, give them a different perspective.
Yeah. Like I've had situation with like former friends and stuff, like even from school and everything. Like I would see like doing like negative things or in a negative situation, and I will always try to in a way be like, hey, don't do this and that, and they didn't want to hear it, right? So I just learned, as time passed on, as I'm maturing and getting older and stuff, like you just got people sometimes just gotta learn the hard way. So sometimes learning the hard way is part of the journey, like you said, that could lead you to your purpose. So
But nah, though, them negative things, like I said, it could lead you to your purpose. Like I could say smoking weed is negative, but those negative, my smoking weed days actually help me out nowadays. It helped me make plenty of videos to help out other people.
true.
So some people may look at, oh, you smoking weed, that's bad, whatever the case. But look what I'm doing now from that experience.
Mhm.
So when you're going through hard times or you're going through some phase where you're just doing a bunch of negative stuff, like I feel like you can still turn it around. You can take value from all this experience and just help other
Yeah.
people or make a business out of it or just, you know what I'm saying, just have wisdom for the rest of your life, for real.
Lastly, from for this topic, I'm gonna ask you this: what are some tips you may have for those who are trying to value their time, but they're like really struggling? They're kind of like they don't know how to manage their time. They know they're doing things that may make them feel like not as productive. But what are some tips you would give to someone who's trying to learn how can they value their time?
Um, Take it one day at a time. I know you got some things in your mind that you know could better your life. We all do, like certain changes we know we need to make. So I feel like you gotta just do it. Like you gotta do it
Mhm.
consistently by force. But understand, like after a few weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it's gonna become natural for you to do it. So, like for example, I started working out a lot, right? I was
Mhm.
doing push-ups. It was hard. Like a lot of days, I didn't want to do it. Like a lot of days, because I was doing push-ups every single day, and a lot of times
Mhm.
I didn't want to do it. I was coming home from work tired, but I forced myself to do it for like 3 weeks or so, and then by the time week 4 came, it's like it ain't no big deal. I'm already used to pushing myself through these uncomfortable situations. I've been doing it this long, and I always feel good once it's done. So it just became easier and easier with time. So you just got to make it a habit. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You got to force yourself for a while, but eventually it's gonna become a habit. You just got to get through the first, I say, like 3 weeks. Then it's gonna be natural for you to, you know what I'm saying, work out or study or whatever you need to get done.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. And the only thing I have to say to add to that is get your butt up. That's all I have to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. And also something that helps me out is just knowing that I always feel good when I get things done. You sleep a lot better when you know you got some things done that you need to get done.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, cause somehow like your brain in a way makes you think subconsciously about the things you've had on your mind, right? So it's like at the end of the day you're like, man, I didn't do these things, I should have done it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's your best life calling you. Like
Mhm.
those type of thoughts, like that's your best life calling you. If you go, you're gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna be proud of yourself. You don't go, you procrastinate, you make excuses, then you're gonna feel bad. It's a simple decision, bro. If you want to feel good in life, you gotta be constantly following those thoughts, like the thoughts that you know will better your life. You got to follow those thoughts if you want to feel good constantly. So that's one thing you asked me at the beginning of this stream,
Mhm.
like, am I happy with my life and stuff like that? as long as I'm doing what I need to do to better my life, I know I'm happy majority of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I make excuses, I procrastinate, or I just start, you know what I'm saying, just falling off, you know what I'm saying, not doing what I'm supposed to do, that's when the negative thoughts start creeping in and I feel bad. But I understand now. The more you
Mhm.
do what you need to do to better your life, you're gonna feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So now I want to kind of segue into the good stuff, the extra good stuff, because this is like I want to get into like your you talking about your marijuana use and your journey and help, like we spoke about this earlier, but about like helping others you know kind of move away from marijuana use if it's affecting them, right? So I'm interested in this because, like I mentioned to you, I don't really have no idea about anything, I don't have any experience like with that, right? So I would like to learn from you, and others can learn from you as well. So tell me, what's your background story behind your experience with marijuana, and like what made you want to um help prevent others from using drugs like marijuana?
So you want to know how I got into it?
Or yeah, you could just share your background story and like what made you transition to like stopping, the use of it and wanting to help others, not fall into the same cycle if they feel it's not benefiting them.
Okay. All right. So I got into it. Um, I got into it because people around me were doing it. My cousins were doing it. My father was doing it. You know, so I obviously got some curiosity over the years, like what's so good about weed or marijuana. So one day I was just on vacation with my family. I just had graduated high school, and I was just more open to it than ever, you know. So everybody was doing it at the beach, having a good time, and I just decided just now was the time. So that's how I got into it, mainly by people around me doing it. Now, also at that time, my favorite artist, Chief Keef, started making his music, started blowing up. So I started falling into it more and more and more. Started becoming a daily thing. Of course, all my friends was doing it.
Mm.
Um, every girl I dated, either they was doing it or I asked them to do it with me, and they ended up doing it with me. So it just became like a part of my life, a big part of my life. Like before work, after work, during work, if I could. Everybody I hung out with doing it too. It just became a big part of my life. You know, it became
Mhm.
very vital for me to have fun and enjoy my life. So yeah, that went on for like I don't know, like 5, 6 years or something. By like the 6th year, I was just reflecting on my life. And actually, to be real with you, it was a turning point when my grandmother had passed away. She had passed away, and I just had like a wake up call. Like, what
Mm.
am I doing with my
I'm
life?
sorry to hear.
It's all good. I just had like a wake up call. Like, what am I doing with my life? And I started reflecting so much about my life, what I've been doing with my time, you know. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm spending all my money on weed, all my time on weed. My life revolves around weed. Where am I going with my life? What is my long term goals? Okay, you want to move out, but you've been saying that like the past 5 years. What's holding you back from moving out? So
Mm.
I'm like, okay, all this money going to weed. I started putting calculations together. I just had a wake up call, like,
Yeah.
bruh, this joint is holding me back way more than I thought. Like it's holding me back a lot more than I thought. So at that point, you know what I'm saying, I just had like a wake up call. I call it a spiritual awakening, bro. I had a spiritual awakening and I just wanted to wake up and just grow and evolve and just live my best life. I want to do whatever it takes to better my life and be happy in life. And at that point, 6 years in, weed wasn't really making me happy no more. It was just something I was doing out of routine. So
Mhm.
that's how I came up with the slogan: once you stop having fun with it, you're done with it. I wasn't having fun
Ooh.
with it no more. So I wasn't having fun with it. No, matter of fact, let me take that back. I ain't come up with that. I got that from
Okay.
Kodak. I got that from Kodak Black, but you know what I'm saying? I'm very popular for that slogan, but because I made a video about it. But yeah, it just stopped being fun. It wasn't really beneficial to me. I seen a lot of negative signs more. You know what I'm saying? Once I had that wake up call, I started noticing all my money was going to it. I started noticing I had no hobbies outside of weed. I started noticing everybody around me does it. Like, what's life like without it? You know what I'm saying? I started noticing I had no long term goals, and the goals I did have, like moving out,
I wasn't really progressing towards it. So like a bunch of negative things just started like glaring at me like, bro, what is you doing? You know you holding yourself back. What is you doing? So like yeah, I had to eventually just got to the point where I said, all right, enough is enough. So I ended up quitting in 2019.
Oh wow. So that was the initial point where you was like, nope, no more. And
But also like I just kept it brief. But there's many times in those 6 7 years where I tried to quit and I just didn't. I guess I wasn't really serious about it. But
mm,
yeah, it got to the point where I said, yeah, enough is enough. And like I said, it was mainly having somebody around me pass away that gave me that wake up call.
wow. That that's really interesting because I was good. My question is, do you think that the music, because you mentioned how the way you got into it was not only people around you, but also some of your favorite artists, right? Uh, help have that influence on using marijuana, right? So I was asking, do you think that the music has a more effective way of getting to people in general and the youth, the younger generation, compared to schools who are trying to educate people on the effects of marijuana when you use it?
Oh, definitely. I feel like music has a way bigger impact on people than they realize. And it's a lot of people right now scrolling through TikTok, listening to songs about a rapper saying they smoke weed and I'm smoking pounds and I'm rolling up right now. I'm always smoking. You know what I'm saying? They're getting trained to think it's okay or it's like a fun thing to do. It's a good way to turn up,
Mm-hmm.
which it can be. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of good times with it, but that has a way bigger impact than some school. Like for real, for real. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like I told you before we started the stream, we just talked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't learn anything about weed in school at all. Like they ain't even talk about that. All I heard was stay away from drugs. It wasn't like pointing out no negative aspects of drugs. In my
Really?
case, and maybe not all around the world, but in my case, nah, it wasn't really talking about the effects of drugs like that.
Do you think schools need to educate the youth more?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe hopefully my videos will inspire a teacher one day to start talking about it. Maybe.
Yeah, that's really interesting. You say your school didn't do it. I mean, the schools that I went to did, but I think even though my school at the time did show like these educational documentaries on the negative effects, um they kind of like they were kind of like interested in it because they wanted to like learn more about it because it was like intriguing in a way, but not in a way where they're like, no, I don't want to do this. I guess
Hmm.
I guess
Yeah,
they were just curious because it's something that's like you're not supposed to do in a way. And when they were teaching it to us in school, they were with the documentaries about marijuana. Some people said it's a gateway drug, right? Do you feel that marijuana is a gateway drug?
definitely. I done seen it in my own life. Not myself, but like I've seen it.
Hmm.
People that I want to smoke weed with. Even myself, like I've tried something before that I know I wouldn't have never tried if I never started smoking weed.
Hmm.
But other people, luckily I never formed a habit from that other drug, but I know other people who did. They kept going. But they
Hmm.
started off with weed. They started off with weed. Eventually, like they start smoking more and more and more. Tolerance gets super high. They get used to that feeling. And sometimes we just can't give it to you, even though you're smoking a lot. So they start looking for other things, you know what I'm saying? Pills and lean and other stuff. So I definitely think it's a gateway drug. It's I don't know how to say it, but it's like a low risk drug, if that makes sense. Like you can do it and just like for one day and not have no effects. But like if you
Hmm.
continue doing it and you develop a habit from it, eventually it may not give you the high that you once had. People say I was searching for that first high. They want to feel that first high. And they
Hmm.
might be looking for that first high, and weed may not be giving it to them. So they might look for it in other places.
So it's kind of like because it's in a way a
Oh, yeah.
gateway. Yeah, sure.
Also, like you said, the influencers have a big part in that too. Like drug talk is very common nowadays in rap, and rap is like way more popular than it used to be. So,
Mhm.
everybody talk about perks and pills and Zans, and it's
Mhm.
way more popular than ever. So, the influencers, whether it's music or YouTubers or other people, have a big part on, the direction of drug use as well.
Mm. Yeah, so like because it's in a way because it's low risk, it tempts you to want to try, I guess in a way more things to get that pleasant feeling in a way.
Yeah, yeah, because the more you do it, what I'm saying, your tolerance changes. So you need more to do it. But like at some point, it's like you reach your limit. You can't get no higher from weed.
Mm.
So you're going to look for it in other things. That's how it goes a lot of times. And
Okay.
then you step into another drug that could be worse for you. You know what I'm saying? It could be worse for your health.
Mm. You know, it's very sad cuz like even growing up, in like with school with classmates, right? You could tell they were under the influence and what they were doing based on how they smell and like the way they interact with you. And it's really sad because I think that when it comes to schools, um I think there's a lack of awareness and education as far as teachers interacting with students because students have outside life out of school, right? So the things they may do or take can affect their um, the way they participate in class or the things they say, and sometimes teacher may not understand why their behavior is that way and might see them as annoying, or want to take them to the principal's office and stuff like that. But I think that's why I think there should be classes more on like educating students about the negative effects of the substances they are taking.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely now because people on social media more than ever seeing other people do it. So
Yeah.
somebody that's in middle school or even elementary school, if they wanted to, they can get on Instagram and search up their favorite artists and have access to seeing people do drugs, even though they like young, even though they're like a teen or preteen, they still have access to seeing those things. So
Yeah.
teachers definitely talk more about it and spread awareness in school because these influencers, I got nieces that's online, TikTok and stuff like that. They have access to more things than ever, like more things than we did. So they'll be more likely to start doing it sooner. So I feel like the teachers and educational systems should definitely start talking more about that.
Yeah. I feel like there's a gap that needs to be filled, like for like the bridge for like teachers and educational staff to understand the students and like the parents, where the home life meets school, so
Yeah, I have hope for it though. For some reason, I feel like majority of adults, not all of them, they don't understand how much influencers influence. If that makes sense.
yeah, yep, yep,
So I feel like as people get older, like myself, and people in their 20s get older, they can share how much an influencer influenced them. Like I said about Chief Keef, like I can share that, and there'll be other people who can share that experience as well, and they might just become a teacher, and they might bring it up in class more often, or talk to
mhm,
about the educational system. So as we get more adjusted to social media and influencers, I feel like that can definitely happen.
okay. I want to go back to like your experience with using marijuana, like, so how did it affect you spiritually?
While I was doing it,
Yeah, I would say like, cuz people are not fully aware of how like the things you put into your body affects you spiritually. Like if you eat bad foods, it affects your mood, right? Um and so I would say the same thing like for you, do you feel like when you were using marijuana spiritually, did you feel like negative or like irritated in a way, or like you just wanted to not like interact?
I don't think so. Honestly,
Okay.
like I wasn't very aware as I
Okay.
am now. So maybe it was, but I wasn't. I felt like I was just on autopilot. So nowadays
Okay.
I'm very aware, like what's going through my mind, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. Like I'm just way more aware nowadays. Back then I felt like I don't know, I was just going through the motions of life.
Mhm.
But I always been like a very intuitive person, so I don't think it blocked me off from that. I always been very in tune with my intuition, but nowadays it's just like 10 times way more.
Okay.
Now that I'm not smoking weed.
Okay. Okay. So I have an interesting question. I'm looking forward to see how you answer it. So if you had a say if you had like an empty poster, right? Just a white poster, right? And there's a Sharpie nearby. What would your poster say about stopping harmful drug use or marijuana use? Like what would you write on your poster?
For me, or just like if I was like going to sell it or something.
Yeah, like if you were to like if you knew you were going to showcase your poster somewhere in public, right? And you had to write something to like advocate for stopping harmful drug use or marijuana use, what would you write?
I would just say what I'm most known for. Once you stop having fun with it, you're done with it. That's what I was honestly.
Okay. And
Because I don't know. In some ways, I feel like people are still having fun with it.
okay.
You know. But it's gonna become a time where you're gonna realize how much it's holding you back. And once you get that feeling, your intuition is telling you it's time to move on to the next chapter of your life. It's time to turn the page. Something else new is gonna come inside your life to bring you that same joy and passion and happiness.
Lastly, do you have any advice for those who are struggling with marijuana or other drug use and they like really want help? They really want to seek help. Any final thoughts on that?
Search for answers. Search for success stories. I'm not the only one that helps people quit addictions or quit weed. So I feel like hearing other people's stories help
Mhm.
give you the belief that you can do it too. So
Okay.
I get a lot of comments like that. Like people on my channel comment like, I never heard a quitting weed success story like yours and stuff like that. And they start believing they can do it too. It gives
Right.
them motivation, inspiration. And then people drop tips too. Like I got videos on what to do when you're bored, what to do when you're irritated, how to
Mhm.
deal with anxiety, stuff like that. So you can gain a lot of insight and information from just searching other success stories.
Yeah,
So I
that
definitely encourage anybody that want to quit to do that. YouTube or wherever, a book or a course, whatever the case.
mhm.
We got so much access to information, other people's success stories. Like, do that for sure.
Yes, the real answers are on AyeZo's channel, which will be in the link below.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, check it out. Check out my channel. I got a quitting weed playlist on my channel. Plenty of videos on there that could be helpful to y'all.
Okay, so wrapping up this conversation here, Zoe, I'm gonna ask. So, 2023 is on the way. I've asked this to someone before in a previous conversation, but what are some goals you would like to see the world as a whole accomplish? Because it's easier for us to have our own personal goals, but do you think you have any goals you would like to see the world accomplish in this upcoming year?
Honestly, I just want people to start focusing on themselves more instead of, what I'm saying, the gossip on social media and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing that's changed my life is I got off the sideline. I feel like I was on the sideline ever since social media came. Even before that, like watching Call of Duty players play for like 4 or 5 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then it got to the point I'm scrolling on Instagram, watching celebrities travel and make music and do this and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like one thing that changed my life is I just started focusing on myself. I got off the sideline and I got in the game. Started focusing on myself and my life and
Right.
what I could do to my life and stuff like that. So I feel like people should just focus on themselves more.
So Zoe, what's next for you? What content can we expect from you in the future, or things going on that you want to do this upcoming year?
My channel, you can expect more quitting weed videos. I get comments and video requests a lot, so I'm gonna keep on giving my viewers what they like to see, of
Mhm.
course, and also I'm gonna just be sharing things I got going on in my life,
Mhm.
like entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be sharing my journey, helping out people as best I can for sure, man. Also I got a e-commerce store starting, so it's on
Mhm.
Etsy.com. Search up AyeZo. You're gonna see my merch on there. So
Yep.
that's a few things I got planned for 2023 just to go hard with these things.
Mhm.
And you just got the limit, bro. I'm excited.
Okay, Zoe, any final words for any new viewers who may watch this or your supporters?
Thank y'all. If you already on my channel, I appreciate your support for real, for real. Y'all really bring a lot of joy to my life, and I'm just happy to have the people that support me. And I
Hmm.
appreciate you too, Armor. You know what I'm saying, for having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming, for taking the time once again to be here. Yep,
Yeah, yeah. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
definitely, definitely. Can't
And
wait to
y'all
see.
check out Armor music too. It go hard.
Yay, hey there, Armor here. Okay, that was cringe. Anyways, okay, well, thank you so much, Zoe. Once again, this has been an absolute honor to have you on my platform, and I truly appreciate the value, the time you value to, share your thoughts and express yourself. And overall, I just wish you great, amazing success on building your purpose and your spiritual journey. So keep on improving lives. So
Thanks, Armor. Keep doing your thing too, man. I appreciate all your support.
So, guys, with that being said, if you heard anything today that's helped you or inspired you in some way, make sure to like, comment, share, and if you're new, subscribe. Also, check out and subscribe to AyeZo's channel and get you some AyeZo wristbands merch. Come on, man. Okay. So AyeZo's channel and his merch link will be down in the description below. So see you guys and take care.